Hello everyone, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sarah Long, and I am a second-year student at Penn State studying elementary education. This means that I am officially half a teacher. Throughout these 2 years, I have realized that teachers are not given the respect they deserve. Teaching is such a necessary profession, yet we are often disrespected and overlooked. According to Science News for Students, when you learn a new bit of information or learn a new skill, your brain physically gets bigger. It develops new neurological connections that were never there before, and new synapses are formed. This means that a good teacher physically changes a student's brain forever. They physically make the student's brain larger, and they're still not given the respect that they deserve. I think it's about time that this ends. There are things that can be done for parents, students, and everyone as a citizen to change these perspectives and give teachers more well-earned respect. Teachers and education majors get a lot of hate, both from the media and in everyday interactions. Sometimes people don't intend to be hurtful, but their words and actions are still disrespectful. As an education major, especially in elementary, I've gotten a lot of things like, "Oh, it must be so fun to play with kids all day," or "How hard can it be when you only work 9 months out of the year?" To this, I say, it is so much more than playing, and a good teacher works all year round to prepare lesson plans and supplies for the upcoming year. These comments and negative attitudes towards teachers foster disrespect. In order to change this mindset, it will take action. Luckily, there are a lot of things that we can do as parents, students, or as everyone as a citizen of the United States. Things that parents can do would be to volunteer in their students' classroom. By doing so, you would get first-hand experience with a large group of children and see that it is so much more than playtime, and you can see also just how hard a teacher works to keep order within the classroom and to keep moving with the lesson plans. As a student, don't be afraid to go into education. I know a lot of people who would make great teachers, but don't go into education because of the pay or because of the stigma that surrounds it. Men, too, often don't go into education, especially elementary education, because it's seen as women's work. If more qualified men went into elementary classrooms, not just as an administration, this could help end the stigma and create more respect for teachers. As citizens, one thing that we can do is to vote. We need to vote for politicians who favor public education and will help teachers advocate for a better and more fair salary. As is right now, a teacher's starting salary is barely livable, especially considering that most teachers have to pay out of pocket for their own classroom supplies or to help students meet their basic needs. They are asked to do more and more without being paid for what they have to deal with. According to the Nation news source and the New York Times, some teachers at underfunded schools have been asked to take on the role of a nurse, a guidance counselor, or a special education teacher just because that these jobs don't have enough money and aren't hired. This means that a teacher has to take on the job of a whole nother profession without getting paid anything more, just because it's what needs to be done for the students. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world." If this is true, then why are teachers still given so much disrespect? Teachers are the ones that train students to be able to use this weapon in order to change the world. This is why we need to work together as parents, students, and citizens to change the stigma behind education and to respect our teachers. Thank you for listening.